Good evening and welcome to Gray Barn Antiques and Collectibles and General Store of Andover, New Jersey. Tonight we are going to do a walk around of the shop instead of focusing on just one vendor. Our happy anniversary balloon was facing me when I started this, but with the air conditioning it's been turning. We celebrated 10 years of owning the Gray Barn Antiques on September 1st. And we've been over in this location for over 2 years now. Now, this first vendor that I am showing you is our Bronx Man Cave. He is a 30% off vendor, items not marked firm. And you can see where he gets the Man Cave name from. He has a lot of Man Cave type items, the signs and such, license plates. Specializes in, but is not limited to, the 64 New York World's Fair, as well as still having some 39 World's Fair stuff. So we're gonna slowly turn and we're gonna walk in to this portion of the shop. I don't want to go too fast with this. I'm not trying to make a Blair Witch movie here. So this is the first booth you see on the left when you walk in. This is where all the stuff comes in at night that was outside. So it has to go somewhere. So unfortunately it goes in front of our vendor, Kevin the Train Guy's booth. He is one of the two vendors that is not discounted. And he will also be at our October 7th and 8th, I want to say, 8th annual Vintage Fall Marketplace. So we'll have additional vendors outside and what people have come to expect, and can always find a lot of great sales going on inside the Gray Barn during those events. So we have, this vendor has an eclectic mix of everything, and they are 20% off items not marked firm. If you see anything in this video you wish to purchase, just tell me at the timestamp which you saw the item if you are not able to do a screenshot. And you can find all of our how to get a hold of us information right up in our about. You can email us, call us. Preferred is direct message through Instagram or Facebook with a screenshot if you are able to do so. You can also comment in here, and because it'll alert me if there's a comment, and I can get a hold of you that way if you'd like. And yes, we do ship. We do actual shipping. It's usually a little bit less than the actual shipping. And we are zip code 07821. Every Wednesday night at 5:30, I do a Facebook Live from our shop. And that is 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I do select items that are shippable. And very rarely do I find something that is not shippable, and I will tell that. I will make that clear so that our local people know that it's only pickup only. So like a larger stool or something that might come in that is a fantastic price that I have to let my regulars know about. So, and you can see we've got a lot of the Halloween blow mold candy containers. The blow molds with the lights in them have all sold out. We do post those kind of things when they do come in on our Instagram page, which we feed over to our Facebook. So everything that you're going to see on Instagram, you're going to find on our Facebook, and a little bit more on our Facebook page, because I'll share links and such from other events that might be happening in the area, little tidbits of history, information that we cannot share the links on Instagram. So our Facebook page is a little more fluffy, a lot more, has more content on it. So we have these signs are new. So you'll see our vendors do indicate when things are new. They might be vintage style. These little signs are $9. You can see we have a lot of them. Some are funny, some cute, just, a lot of fun. The larger signs are $10. And we have a lot of mix in here. It is mostly vintage. We still have some ornaments out. We had a Christmas in July that did great. So there's always a little assortment of Christmas in here. We have a lot of books. Our books, the vendors put the prices right in the front. So these up here I think are a little bit more. There's some books in the back that are just 50 cents and $1. So this would be 20% off that $9, so that becomes $7.20. This is from 1935. And I know a lot of people, I'm just going to put this here and we'll fix that later. I know a lot of people like to buy books based on the color of the spines as they do displays now. And we have some mixed hardware. We don't have as much as we used to when we were across the street and we sold the paint. This is pretty much what's left from when we were there. So there's a little assortment of the hardware still. And we do have several cases of Intrigue. These have our multiple vendors in them. Oh, and here, we have a lot of the jewelry. We have all the costume jewelry from our vendors is located right up in the front area here, in both on the, where you can see it right out here. And then this is our boutique. This is all new stuff in this booth, except the display pieces. And then we have this great tool chest here that's full of jewelry, as well as in the cases. And here's another spot of jewelry. That door opens, there's more jewelry in there. We now do a bi-monthly Facebook Live costume jewelry sale event, and those are on Saturdays at 6:15 Eastern Standard Time. The next one will be, I think it's September 23rd. This Saturday night is 16th, I think. We're taking our son out to dinner for his birthday. His birthday is the 19th, so we'll be going to Honolulu. So you can see this one's 18 trays. This is called, the company is Berg, B-E-R-G. And these would be custom built. A lot of jewelry stores and other, you might see these in other antique malls, and people have them in their own homes for their collections. If you can find one used for less than $500 and it's working, jump on it, because that's a good price for that. So we're going to go into our front room. We call this the case room. There are open bookcases as well as locked cases. So we're going to visit. And the shelves in the cases are by vendor. No vendor has an entire case. So you can see there's a nice eclectic mix in here. And these are all 20% off in here. Like I said, we only have a couple of vendors that are not discounted. The one being that we looked at earlier, our train vendor. And then our other vendor is going to be the general store. So all these vendors, everybody in here is at least 20% off. And it's that lowest price. So you see a Red Cross price there, and it says $8. It's going to be $6.40. So, and that's actually, that thing is not a cardboard, piece of cardboard. That is actually Morristown, New Jersey, 1918 insurance map. And that is $400. It's over 100 years old. It has all these routes and businesses and stuff in there. So, and you can see it is quite thick. So it's quite a book there. And here's another case. So I actually, if you do come into the shop, you will see right above the locks the case numbers. This is case number 2. And let's see, you can see we have a lot of uranium glass. We have the black lights to easily show that. And you're always welcome to borrow our Beast while you're in our shop. It is called the Beast. So if you do collect uranium glass, I do recommend, if you do not have the Beast blacklight flashlight, it's a huge one, go on Amazon and grab one for yourself. And this is Relove with Heart on this shelf. This is Barb's Auntie's Attic, and this is Betty's Treasures on this shelf. And then many of our vendors have booths and case and shelves in here, as well as additional space. So this bookcase here is Vintage Crush, and then Betty's Treasure has the shelf that I just showed you in the case, and then this built-in shelving here. Turn, and then here we have on the end cap, this is the Hip Chick, and she's a 30% off vendor, and she also has a booth and a shelf in the case on the other side. And then over here we looked at that one shelf where I mentioned the red price would be 20% off on that. That is new to you. She has this bookcase here on this end, and then next to her is her neighbor who has that bookcase, and then this corner is our retired Major Richard Thompson, and he is our military expert, and he was over 20 years with the U.S. Army, served in Vietnam. He has come out on many occasions and set up outside where he authenticates, purchases, and sells military collectibles. And I want to show you this case here. This has a few vendors in it as well. The whole bottom shelf is our vendor Jazzy Junk. Middle shelf is from the Bronx Man Cave, who we saw out front. And then the top 2 shelves are split between Burning Sensation Antiques and Redreamable. And then over here we have another one of our cases. And these are the lock cases. We don't have too many, but we do have a few. So this is case number 4. And on this shelf we have our vendor Belmont Farmhouse. She is a 30% off vendor. And this is another one of our vendors here. We're holding that space. We have another vendor who might be taking that shelf. And this is our vendor, the Hip Chick, who has that bookcase on the end as well as a booth, which we will explore very soon. I'm not going to go in depth on the booths today. I'm just going to kind of give you a short walking tour, and I will resume booth tours in a bit. And this one is being held as we have one of our vendors is on a sabbatical, and when she is ready to come on back, we want her to move right back into her old spot. That was Mia's Treasures. If you watch our Facebook Lives or have seen any, or if you come into our shop, that is where this young lady has gone. This is actually our vendor, the Cat's Meow, and this is the Bronx Man Cave's youngest son. and he specializes in Star Wars. And then next to him is Belmont Farmhouses in this room bookcase. And then she has the booth and a shelf that we just looked at. So I'm going to turn because I don't like turning quickly. Those are all the boxes for the painted ponies that we have and some other items that are in these cases. So I'm going to kind of back up so we're not turning too quickly. And then this bookcase, this lock case here, the top shelf is Burning Sensation Antiques. Right below him is vendor code number 1, who is Andover Junction and is the original vendor from when Gray Barn used to be Slackyville. And then here we have Vintage Crush. And now we're going to go out to the shop. And I'm just going to do a quick walk around, and that humming is the speaker. Our Bluetooth speakers sometimes do that, so I have to go and bop that. So this stuff up in here is all new. We are still in the process of getting this all under control. We have essential oils. We've got these great little wooden Halloween ornaments that are just $1 each. And then these are little cardboard die cuts that are $1 each. They are new, but they're made to look vintage style. Very cute. Don actually added some lighting down here. We have a lot of Harry Potter. We have more Harry Potter coming in. We've already sold some of the Potter cat bags. It's very cute. And then we have these guys that I featured a couple weeks ago we sold a few of those. We do have candles. I have the battery operated. This taper candle, they do not come with the batteries. You do have to insert them. These are $4 for this tall taper. And here's more of those dollar ornaments. We do have actual candles, Yummy brand from Canada. Those are $2. And then that one here is part of a set. There's 3 candles in the package for $12 with the remote. The remote does have a battery in it. And then, of course, we have real candles. These are Coir candles. These are soy from Wisconsin with a cotton lead-free wick. They burn super clean. And we also have soy melts as well. So I'm going to, and this, like I said, this booth is all the new stuff and a lot of our holding area as well. So we do hold for local pickup. This is where the local pickup is currently. And in the back on the stage, which we will not be going to, but that's Don's shipping area now. We have really great magnets. Ooh, we have, and like I said, we'll do a general store tour another time. We have coffee and all kinds of stuff. This first booth when you walk in is Auntie's Attic. And we are going to kill this speaker so we don't have to listen to that loud humming. There we go. And she just had a big booth redo. So if you've seen her booth in the past, you'll recall that tall shelves, they were on the end. Those shutters were in the back corner. And she actually had doors on the back of her booth. The doors, one of them is already sold. She put them up for sale. And I did put them up online. We're going to go this way first. We also have a rack with touristy kind of things and local menus and stuff for things to do in the area. And that's where we're going Saturday night. Donnie's request for his birthday. And here's Andover Junction. Has these 2 bookcases and this corner, as well as, I'm going to show you the other space. Now she does have flag type items because they are Sealy flags in Andover since 1954. And here's the rest of her space as well. And there's some garden flags, and she is a 20% off vendor. And then Don has just redone our Burning Sensation Antiques. They have 3 booths. This is the first one that they had, and then they've added 2 since. And Don just redid that. He turned that bookcase, the burgundy one, he turned that. It used to face out, and now it's flush against the wall so that he could use the center space for more furniture. So, and like I said, there's a lot of lighting in the booths themselves, but since we are closed right now, I did not feel like turning them all on because then I have to turn them all off. I'm trying to get a video up before I leave the shop because when I get home, for whatever reason, it does not upload as well. So that's booth 1 of Burning Sensation. I started to say Redeemable because we're going to turn and look at booth 1 of Redeemable. And that's just our little ozone guy. It helps it keep smelling nice in here. So we got that after we had that oil spill on March 1st. So that really takes care of the odors. So if you have a home that you need to get, like, I know a lot of real estate agents in that when they're listing homes, this is really cute. This is a stone cat for $14.40. Very neat. If you have a home that somebody smoked in, or you need to clean a room or something that somebody stayed in, those things work great. You can get them on Amazon. I think that one was like $110. So it's paid for itself many times. We still run it just because there's still lingering odor of the oil from time to time. as we were not going to tear down all the walls to get it all out. So this is Pickin' Wildflowers. She's also got an Instagram account where you might see some of her items on there. And I'm going to turn and show you the Hip Chicks booth. Okay, and here's the Hip Chick, and the Hip Chick is one of our 2 of 30% off vendors in the back room. Funny thing is, she's vendor code number 57. The other 30% off vendor is vendor code number 56. So it's 56 and 57 are our 2 30% off vendors in the big room. And then we're going to look at Belmont Farmhouse first, who's our other 30% off vendors, because our next vendor, Jazzy Junk, has 3 booths. So this here is Belmont Farmhouse. And now we're going to come check out one of the 3 booths of Jazzy Junk. That's one of them right there, but we'll come back to that. Like I said, I just don't like to spin videos that move too fast for me. Actually, it bothers me, so I'm sure it bothers other people. So this one is, the rest of the booths are 20% off. So I showed you our 2 30% off. Otherwise, everybody's at least 20% off if it doesn't say firm in what I call the great room. So, and that is one of 3 of Jazzy Junk. And here's number 2. And again, you are visiting with Gray Barn of Andover, New Jersey. Yes, we do ship. And I do every Wednesday night at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, a Facebook Live. You might have noticed if you've just joined this page, our remains of the sale. I've been selling very well on Wednesday nights, and the lives can run like an hour and a half. And rather than having you sit through and getting ready to say, oh, I want that, oh, it's sold, oh, I want that, oh, it's sold, I put all the remains of the sale into one little video to make it easier for you to see what's still available so you don't get your hopes up high. These are great. These are pumpkin magnet for $3.50, but she has these trees that we have up front. You might notice the one I had. This is $12. It's a silver willow Halloween tree. It does fold up. Don could ship that. And this is the 3rd booth of Jazzy Junk. And yes, a lot of the lights do work. We're in here after hours. After hours with Gray Barn. And the small stuff we do ship. So now we're going to be coming up around. Look at that. There's even a purple blow mold pumpkin head. How much is he? Just $4.80. And then this is also Jazzy Junk. This is like their little annex, this little bookcase here. And you can grab a basket if you're in here in person to shop. You need to sit, put the baskets down on the floor, have a seat, get well rested to continue again. We just sold a large shelf from here on Sunday. That's why there's a big bare spot. And then there's a lot of books back here. Again, the prices will be in the front. Like I say, always look up. And we're going to be coming around the corner. And we have many vendors over here. These first 2 bookcases here are Reloved with Heart. She also has a booth that will be coming up upon shortly. Her neighbor is Thrifty Rick. Those stairs lead to what we call the stage, which is currently housing our storage and our shipping area. And then these 3 spaces here, tall narrow bookcase, and these 2 are our latest vendor to join us, Cavalier Collectibles. And again, everybody back here that I'm showing you right now is a 20% off vendor. Now she makes these pumpkins herself. So $9.60 for that. $9.60. And this one is $8 for the little squat guy. And they've got these great stamps on them that she does. She paints them, she puts the bows on them, does a beautiful job. Her neighbor is Lazy Q Ranch. And then Lazy Q Ranch His neighbor to the right is Christmas. I told you we have Christmas out all year round. There will be, when we get the stage settled up again, we'll have some more Christmas booths going on. But right now we're working on our own personal space, getting rid of a storage unit and keeping the van empty so we can actually shop and get stuff. So yeah, I was up here working today, and I'm just going to show you really quick. The corner back there is Don's shipping station. So, and then a perfect placement for these. These are our fall vintage marketplaces. That's the 7th and 8th. I was right. And as I mentioned, Kevin, the train guy, is going to be here both days. And now we're going to make the turn, and this here is booth number 2 of Burning Sensation Antiques. Now, Burning Sensation Antiques is Ron and Linda, and Ron is a 76-year-old retired carpenter who still refinishes and redoes all this furniture. He does lamp wiring. He brings back, if you want an oil lamp, and he brings those back to life. He's the man who does the copper and brass polishing like you wouldn't believe, to the point that the stuff looks like it's new or reproduction, and it's not. Just does that good of a job. That shelf back there is made from a piano, old sewing base table with a beautiful top on it. He made this table here. This one he did not, but he did make that shelf there. That's one of his. And then this back wall is redreamable. This corner here, all this. She's always got the best artwork and mirrors coming in, and this is her second booth. So we're back to Redreamable. So that corner cabinet is for sale. The one in the front was not. And this is a fantastic price. So, of course, this is local pickup only, but $80 and then 20% off of that. So $64. There are the measurements. There is nothing wrong with it. She just wants to get rid of it. That door does close. The floor's on a slight angle. I haven't pushed it closed. So, like I said, all this lighting does work that you see hanging. Did have 3 of these. They were different shapes and heights. Sold the other 2 already. And then this is the 3rd booth of Burning Sensation Antiques. Another treadle table that he did make. He did make that shelf on the back wall. These are the lights that I'm talking about that he gets functioning again. These are all oil lights. Got that one back there. That is electric. And it's just a beautiful light. It does not photograph well, though, when I put the lights on. And he did make that ironing board table back there as well. It does not fold up. It's a nice little, he had another one a little bit different that he did, and that one sold as a bookcase. He just brought this fantastic table in, and this was a butchering table. So that's $240, and just the wood on that is beautiful. So this is Burning Sensation Antiques 3rd booth, and then we're going to visit with Vintage Crush. And again, these are all 20% off vendors. And I do feature items from all of them on our Wednesday night Facebook Live. Like I said, I try to find really good deals, things that just came in. A lot of the vendors do restock on Wednesday. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. I was looking up at the sky because I didn't think the rain was supposed to start till tomorrow, but I just hear like a little grumbling in the heavens up there. I'm just making sure it's not going to start thundering and raining. And that's Vintage Crush. Now I'm going to back into Vintage Crush and show you Relove with Hearts booth, which we saw she has a shelf in the lock case room and then 2 bookcases in the back. So this is Relove with Heart. Beautiful East Lake dresser. Hey, look, we got a pinkish fuchsia color blow mold over here. Candy guy, he's $7.20. So you have the dark purple, you have the traditional orange, and we've got fuchsia going on. This is a really good deal. We were using this past Saturday night as part of our jewelry. When we were able to put everybody's jewelry aside, makes it easier. So this is 40 marked down to 30, so it'll be 24. It's got a lot of little dividers in it. It's not super heavy. It has some good weight to it, but not like, that you can't put stuff in that's going to hurt your back too much. And again, this is Reloved with Heart. One of our 20% off vendors, and as I always say, look up. The baskets that are hanging on those posters from our vendor on the other side of the wall on Second Thought, who does beautiful work on furniture. We'll be visiting with that as well. So we'll come up this way. And a couple of great little doors and windows in this booth right now that are fantastic price. $28, so, and then 20% off. So $22.40, I think. Nice old window back there. So that's $28. Nice door there. And we're gonna turn and just see these two bookcases are part of Auntie's attic as well, and then that little bit of wall space. And then over here is our last vendor that we're going to visit with tonight, and this is On Second Thought. She has a lot of beautiful furniture that she has painted and redone, as well as ones that she might have just cleaned up and brought in as they were originally, which I wish I had the room for this. I love this piece. I did put this up on our Instagram, Facebook the other day with all the measurements. So, and if you saw pictures from here from about a week ago, there was a lovely table in here, dining room table, that has since sold. All right, we're gonna head on back up front. Forgive the mess. Like I said, we are closed today, and we brought in stuff that we just got. We got this fantastic honey that just came in, all different flavors. There's smoked and ginger, and there's even pumpkin somewhere, as well as we just got in a shipment of our fudge. So we got some great fall flavors in that. Apple cheesecake, orange cream vanilla. I got in because somebody asked me for that forest berry fudge. And there you go, your pumpkin spice latte fudge. So we've got a lot of great flavors in the traditional ones that we always sell out of, the chocolate fudge and all that. And as you can see, we have a large assortment of candies and such. So we will be doing more on our Gray Barn general store page to illuminate those. Oh, and there is still, like I always say, you have to look up. It was a smaller one of these which sold already, so $105 for that beautiful piece of stained glass. And then this is where all the lanterns are from all of our vendors. So instead of, we have people come in, they'll ask where are all the keys, where are all the lanterns. We have them all in one spot to make it easy. And when I just say keys, let's see, we have them all on here somewhere. Don just redid this, straightened it up. This thing was a mess. This is on our counter. So all the keys from all the vendors come into here. And currently that's all we have right now. So we do sell them out pretty quickly. And these are all, this is an old hotel key, it looks like. Also, Toy Company. So that one is $8. So you got that up on the top there. It's very lightweight. This looks like a clock key, or no, it's a piece of furniture key. $2 on the furniture key, and the one above it looks like it has a small little break on it. So that one is $2 as well. And this is just like a regular door key, but it has a stamped brass dog tag. It says, all right, so this was a hotel key, room or apartment, and that one is a 30% off one. So, and here's our coffee. We have pumpkin spice. So it makes about 50 cups out of my Mr. Coffee. So standard scoop. So that's that. So I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you have a lovely evening, and thank you for visiting with Gray Barn.